Hi guys, this is Randy Hayes with Pappy's Performance, and I'm going to do a first of series of videos of some of the troubleshooting. And today I have a customer's 2008 Street Glide, and I noticed there's nothing posted on YouTube or anywhere on how to check the three-phase alternators on all the later model Harleys, and this will be Dynas, Sportsters, everything, and later all your twin cams and up have three-phase. This works on the Japanese bikes, the BMWs. Everything I've drug through here with a three-phase system is basically similar to this. And I'm going to get started. I've got one removed, and I'm going to show you how to check the stator, the diodes, and the voltage regulator, and what you'll see at each terminal. Okay, I'll get the phone down here where we can see. Okay, right in the front on the bottom is your voltage regulator. You take two bolts loose and flip it over, and this side is the stator side. And you can see, you can tell the difference. On a three-phase, you'll have three terminals. On the earlier ones, there'll only be two wires in a plug. But these, we're only going to deal with the three-phase alternator system. So these three phases, this is your stator. This wire here, the battery's hooked up on this bike. This is negative and positive. One goes to a frame ground and the other one goes to the battery. These are the and the positive can go through a number of things. Fuses, voltage relays, depends on model, year of the bikes. And but I'm going to particularly talk about the Harley because this is exactly what we're looking for. All right, and this is the readings that you're going to be looking for. Pin to pin, it doesn't matter. It's just like any three-phase electric. So you'll set your meter. I'll set the meter out here where we can see it. We're going to go to ohms. And from pin to pin, you'll just pick any two, and we're going to go in, and we're looking at the ohm resistance from pin to pin. Here's a tad high. Harley recommends 0.1, 0.2. This one's at 0.4. This one's at 0.3 ohm. And then we'll go for the last one. It's tricky to get to. You sort of get the idea. We're going, this one's 0.3. All right. Those are pretty good readings. All right. The next check you'll do on your stator is you're going to check and see if it's grounded. So we'll take and find a good case ground. I'm using a cam cover bolt because I know it's a good one, and go through each pin, and you're looking for OL on your resistance. I've checked this a few times. I know it's OL, all three phases, so I don't have a breakdown in the insulation on the stator to the case. Okay. The other thing that you can do is you turn it to AC volts, and you take and stab in to two, check all three against each other, and depending on models and size, there's 3, maybe 4 different amp ranges of these stators. At 1,000 RPMs, it'll put out 16 to 20 volts. AC from hole to hole. Then you check the other two, check all three of them against each other, and see if you shouldn't. This particular bike puts out 20 volts from pin to pin. Okay, and if you're in that range, 16 to 20, you can, with the motor running, voltage regulator out of the way, that's every check that you can do with the stator. So we can put that to the side. This here is setting with 12.66 volts or something on it now. If you look at this plug, you'll see a slot right where my thumb's at. All right, the top one is battery negative, or it's grounded to the case. The bottom one is what they call the charging wire, which is battery positive. Okay, and what we'll let's see. So that explains both of the plugs. All right, we're going to pull the voltage rectifier in here. We've checked our stator. The next thing we're going to do is we're going down. There we go. To the rectifier. Get it all in the picture here. Okay. This plug, that's where your three-phase stator plugs in. Okay, and what you'll be doing, you'll put the meter on the diode check. And the diode check is going to be a symbol like that. The meter is actually inducing low voltage. Harley recommends 0.5 volts or less. Especially with flukes and most good digital meters, you're actually going to be reading ohms. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go this bottom pin right here is our positive, negative and positive. We check each pin from here to here with your negative here, and we'll just pick one. Go through all three of them. Let's see if I can hold it on there. There we go. All right. I have 366 showing on the meter. I go to another pin. I got 354. And I've got 357 showing on the meter. Let me move it over here and you can watch. I'm going to go to each pin. They call half a volt. Those ohms basically represent a volt. So we're below the 0.5 volts. And it's 355. So anywhere between 500 down to about 350, you will have a good set of diodes inside this rectifier. All right. To make sure we don't have a blown diode, we'll switch the positive lead of the meter to the charging wire, and then we'll recheck them to make sure we've got infinity, which is OL. It tells me I don't have a blown diode inside the rectifier. And that is your stator check and your voltage regulator check. And this particular check will work on a multitude of any three-phase motorcycle. So I plugged this up to the voltage regulator last night, and I know I was getting 20 volts at idle, and so I was reading 17 DC. Let me just bring it around. There we go. I plugged it up, cranked the bike up, and I wanted to measure my output before I plugged the bike back to it, and I was reading 17 volts here. Okay, with knowing I've got a good stator and voltage regulator, and I got 17 volts coming out, and you'll have a voltage drop once you plug this wire back into here. The bike with the headlights and whatnot will produce a voltage drop, and then it's just started up last night, but I've lost it again, so tells me that I have a bad connection somewhere, and so that's what I'm going to be doing the rest of the evening. But I wanted everyone to see how you could check your own stator and voltage regulator before you go spend thousands of dollars to have this done.